Hello, thanks for joining us on Engendered, the program for the ladies, the program for women of substance, women who hold themselves very high, women with a future, women with passion to succeed in all that they lay their hands to do, women who are not afraid to break barriers, women who, despite the odds, keep their head up and, of course, their step in line with their attitude. My name is ANIRE. It's so nice to be with you once again on the show. You know the way we do it on Engendered. We bring topics that are not ordinary. We bring topics sometimes that may be ordinary to you, but we try as much as possible to dissect and, bring a different view of that same topic that you've had said over and over again. And yes, interesting things happen right here on the show. We give you different perspective, and today on the show is not going to be any different. But you know what? No matter what we're talking about, we try as much as possible to have fun, no matter how serious or how light it is. And on the show today, I have two lovely ladies who were here with me before, and I had to call them again because the last time, we had wonderful, wonderful time. But before I introduce or make the introduction, I want you to know what we shall be talking about today. Our topic is School is Scam. True or false analysis vis-a-vis acquisition of more complex life skills. Now, you know that no matter what we talk, our focus is on the girl child. Our focus is on the female gender, and we want your attention. It doesn't mean that we don't invite men to discuss certain issues. Yes, when it involves them, then they have to be here to defend themselves. All right? Okay, so let me do the introduction now as I introduce my very near left, MEDINAT SHITTU OBASSA. She is a very young entrepreneur. It's so nice to have you, MEDINAT, on the show again today.
I'm happy to be here once again.
Yes, and she's not alone. I have to my far left, DAMILOLA JOLAYEMI. She is a student. I love to call her a Laye student. She is here with us once again. Dami, it's so nice to have you on Engendered. Yes, so like I said, we're taking a look at a very, very important topic. School is calm. Now, look, we can't actually start this topic without me first shouting, Malians, 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 Malians. Yes, indeed. The very first time we all woke up to School is Scam was during that time of Naira Marley, where he was really reigning, and everyone was afraid that guy was going to take over the country.
Yeah.
If that guy had contested the presidency, contested to become president of Nigeria,
I'm very sure they would have voted for that guy.
He would have taken, I'm telling you, and there was that fear. Now, this is the situation. Look, this topic is something that has created a lot of controversy. There are people that are for and there are people that are against. In this generation of Niger, what do you call it? This betting,
Sporty
bet Niger, where people bet and you sleep poor and you wake up a millionaire. A lot of standards have changed, and it is so scary for me, someone who went to school, come from a home where education is paramount. You begin to hear in this generation that school is calm. It's scary the very first time that I heard it, and today we want to take a look at that particular topic, school is calm. But my question is, from the top, is it a scam? But now, I did a little bit of research, which is something that I do, reasons why a school is scam. Reason why a lot of people will say school is a scam, or school is scam, or education is scam in a time like this where technology has taken over the world. We have AI and, countries that are not even up to ours. They're excelling so much in technology, and they are moving with the trend. it's unacceptable for us to hear things like that. And someone said that school is scam because they don't teach financial intelligence in school. That you are not taught how to discover your purpose and passion. It teaches people that that they can't relate. You know, that education, what they teach in school, things that they can relate, or that the studies they get can actually relate to their passion. The quality of education doesn't seem to improve over time. School teachers don't teach students useful skills. Many self-made individuals are more successful than certificate holders. These are some of the arguments that people who stand and say that education or school is scam, these are some of the reasons they give. And again, remember, we started by saying Malians because that movement created a lot of problems before it eventually died down. So, Medinat, I want to start from you by asking the question, is school scam or not? We have to take a stand.
Okay, actually, I disagree with that school is a scam. Because that provocative statement came from people who I think were disappointed because they graduated from school and they couldn't get a job. And then I heard you mention something that they, in school they don't teach you things about passion. Yes, they teach things about passion. That's why we have club and society. Most actors today, you hear them, they'll say they started from their school drama group. Dancers or musicians, they'll say they started playing instruments, maybe on assembly and all those things. You must learn in school, that is justice. Most of these things they will teach us in school. Most of these musicians are going back to school to learn one or two things. Even the farmers. Why do you think now we have agric extension, whereby they'll send people out to educate farmers that this is the way you can farm? Then education is everywhere. School is everywhere. I can sit down here now and learn. This is my school. So school is everywhere and you must learn. That is just it.
So your side is school is not scam, and look, our focus is the female gender, and we want you to be here attentive as you see your kind talk about these issues from their eyes. You know, so it's important that you stay with us to the end of the show. Now, that's just from the top. Dami, you already heard with passion, Medina reacting to the question that I asked. Yes, again, I'm going to ask the question all over again. In your opinion, do you think education or school is a scam or is scam?
We can't outrightly say school is a scam, but the system that we do things, it can be very limited. So, because I believe people that said school is a scam, they have their reasons. So we have to consider them. But generally, school is not a scam. So I think it depends on the mindset you take to school. If you go in there, okay, I'm going to learn this, learn this, learn this, learn that, then you will find a way to learn them. But if you go there and you think, I'm just going to learn the things that they teach me in the classroom and that's it, you're not really going to learn anything. And then when you leave, you're thinking, what did I learn? Then you would conclude that school is a scam. But it depends on the person. We all have different experiences.
Okay, like I ruled out while doing my research, and I discovered that one of the reasons why people who believe that school is a scam, one of the reasons they gave or they give when you ask them is that they don't teach financial intelligence in school. I remember the last time we were here together, you kept talking about financial intelligence, why it is important to learn financial intelligence, especially as a young girl growing up, aspiring to be something in society, not just to yourself, to your family, to your community, and of course, as a Nigerian, you become useful to Nigeria as a whole, not just in the country, but represented in the diaspora. Now, I don't know if it's true, if you agree, that financial intelligence are not taught in school, so school is a scam.
Well, I can agree with that, yes. But like I said earlier, depends on the person going to the school. Because from my personal experience, I learned financial education in school. Not because they taught me, but because, okay, I'm alone in school. My parents are not there, my siblings are not there. I have to learn how to manage my own money. So you have to teach yourself these things. Well, I can't discredit the school because I learned it in there. So with financial education, you can't discredit the scam because you still learn something there. You have to learn how to manage, you know, getting textbooks. You have to get handouts. You have to pay for this, pay for that. You still get some education from there.
It's just like saying, like we usually, you know, say while we're in school or on that's on the street, that going to university or going to school is not enough. The school must go through you before you can confidently say yes, that I've gotten an education. So, Medinat, I'm asking the question too. You've heard you know, Dami respond. Is it true, in your opinion, that financial intelligence, they don't teach financial intelligence in school? Because Dami rightly has told us that, you know what, it wasn't directly taught her. It wasn't something that was like a course or like a teaching. It was something she had to learn being in school, making sure that she's able to divide the monies the right way to get the things that she needs. Again, I'm asking, is it that people say that school is scam or is a scam because truly financial intelligence are not taught or is not taught in school?
Well, I kind of disagree with that, because most schools now, you will hear they have a particular, there was this school I saw on internet, they organized a day for children to sell things. This one, your mom will give you tomatoes, bring it, you will sell it to the other person. This one, your mom will give you this beans, bring it to school. It was just like play. But indirectly, they were teaching those students how to get money, how to get income from what you have in the house.
How to be financially aware.
Yes, how to be financially aware. And we have business studies, which is a compulsory subject in junior class. Definitely you will learn about finance there. That's why you have, I think for every credit entry, there's a debit, there must be a debit something. I'm not a commercial student, so I can't really remember that. So from there you would learn. Yeah, that's just it.
Okay, there's another thing that they say, the reason they give that school is not scam, or school is scam rather, is that in school, you're not taught how to pursue your passion or relate to your passion. Already, Dami has, you know, said that is not true, because indeed, I do agree with you that, you know, you talked about clubs in school where people finally find where they fit in. If it's, you have literary and debating society, you have the drama club, you have
the music club, press club,
so many clubs in school.
We even have entrepreneur club these days. Yes, we have it. Even in the university, whereby they will call students that are entrepreneurs to a particular place. They will educate them. They will even give them loan. Actually, they did it in my school. So I don't know of other universities.
That's interesting.
They did this too. So definitely.
So do you think that in your own in your process through school, you never encountered a situation whereby a teacher actually helped you search into yourself and actually link into the passion, that thing that you really desire?
Off of my personal experience?
Yes.
Okay, so my passion is broadcasting, yeah. When I got to school, there's this lecturer that I had, Miss Temi. So she has a program in the radio station of my school. So she called me, she and the faculty president then. She called me and she was like, okay, are you interested in this? I said yes. And she took me to the studio. The plan was that she would do the program, I would sit in the studio with her and watch it. And then the next thing I'm saying, she went on the break and she told me sit down. And then I sat there, and then she had me as a guest on that program. And the next week, as a guest, the following week, a co-host. Then since my 100 level, like literally my first year in that school, I've been hosting that program till now.
Till now?
Yes.
Wow.
So if you ask me, do you have experience? Of course I do. I have like 3 years of experience already. So talking about my passion, they have helped me that way. Apart from the theory that I get in class, I do practice. So I do the program like 2 days in a week. So literally I keep improving. So I think other people's passion too, like people that their passion is not what they are studying, they do have opportunities. If they pursue it, yes, they will get opportunities.
Interesting. If you just joined us, we are taking a look at a very important topic, one that is discussed now and again in society, one that has become not so acceptable or palatable, one, unfortunately, that has stuck in the midst of the Nigerian youth, and a lot is happening around us that will make them wake up and say school is scam. We've not taken a look at how the environment affects this sentiment, but eventually, as we continue to discourse, we will definitely get there, because there is no smoke without fire. Okay, what we're trying to do now, we're trying to dissect reasons through research why certain people will believe that school is scam, education is scam. And we've dealt with two, and there's another reason: the quality of education doesn't seem to improve over time. That's another reason why certain group of people, a certain school of thought, like we say, will say school is scam, that the quality of education does improve over time, so there's just no need. It's same old, same curriculum, same teaching, same subject. So I was watching a movie, ironically, yesterday. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional, but a Nigerian movie. And a father left a very big compound, very big building to her. So she never went to school, but she was very, very streetwise. And when she was asked why she never went to school, she was like, why should I go to school when I can actually do everything that you go to school to learn? That she feels is a total waste of time, because she has a knack for learning things so fast. She looks at you and she picks it up. So she thought education totally would be a waste of time, waste of money. Why she can sew, why go to school to learn all of that? But again, we have people who actually say there is no need to go to school. School is scam because the curriculum is just the same. So why go while you can learn from the internet? You can pick up skills along the way. So I don't know what you feel about that, MEDINAT.
Actually, some of them are correct, because when you see it now, first class students, most of them, they do cram. And no, that's just the truth. Some of them, not all of them, true? But some of them, that's what let them come for you. Yes. And that's what is happening now. Most Nigerian universities were cramming. And then you find out that a graduate will come out, and then you ask them about a particular course. They will not be able to tell you a lot of things about that course. Why? They cram to pass.
And right after the exam,
you forget.
I'm formatting that. I'm formatting it.
I beg, since I'm done, please right let me clear my brain. You get? Instead of them to sit down and be like, okay, they taught me this thing. How can I use it to find a solution to this problem? Most students don't do that. All they care about is just that let me have a good grade and then let me pass out. Understand? So, and then the lecturers too, they are repeating past questions, which makes the students to cram. They'll feel like, okay, once I get this past question for this year, I get the past question for this year, and then I join this together. Definitely 1 or 2 questions will come out from there. Then they will go and sit down and cram those questions, the answers to those questions. So tell me, if that kind of person should graduate, how will he be a critical thinker? How will he think, okay, let me get a solution to this problem? Whereas if you just get someone that wants to learn, let me use a civil engineer as an example, and a bricklayer, someone that is just doing messy. Someone that he just crammed, maybe this civil engineer just crammed, and then they showed him something that wants you to construct it this way. He was like, how will this iron bend like this? Whereas the bricklayer, he's bending it every day. He's doing this thing every day. He's doing this practically. He will just be like, okay, okay, it's not like this. Let's bend it like this. Before you know it, he will do it. And then later you'll be looking at this guy like, I said, this guy went to school. And this guy went to school. So how come I was able to find a solution to this and he could not? What was the reason? He crammed. And most other times, when students get to a certain point, they'll tell them to go for intern, for maybe internship for some time. When they go there, they might not even learn. They will just go there, they will sit down with this, they will send them, go and buy me food, go and buy me this. Sometimes they'll just go there, use free Wi-Fi, watch YouTube videos, and they'll go back home. No, that's just the truth. They are not learning anything. They will just tell them, oh yeah, you, anytime you come, you sit down with this man. The man will just be working. See, go and call that man for me. They are not learning.
They're not,
so they will just sit down and just maybe then they will tell him, just fill anything in your logbook and bring it tomorrow. Let me sign. So can you compare that person with someone that has been doing this work repeatedly?
Dami, I heard you say here. You have room. If you want to add something to what you just said.
No, that particular thing,
Yes.
I do agree that some people that they don't learn things, but well, it depends on the person and the organization that you go to. So choose wisely. But the thing is about people going to school and then seeing other people that are doing the practical every day doing better than them. The thing is, the problem is not the person, the people that are cramming. Because I know for a fact, even if I try to read to understand, this thing makes no sense. This particular note of mine makes no sense. And the lecturer wants everything word for word. So even if you read to understand, you don't still know it's word for word.
Yeah, some lecturers will tell you that was not what I gave you.
The problem with the lecturers, you want it word for word, but if I'm trying to understand, I have a migraine already. So let me just cram and write it for him, and then it's going to give me an A, and I'm out of here. Like, so trying to get the actual things, and then depends on the system of the schools. Because I do know some schools that they focus more on practical, and then to teach them the theory once in a while, and then other schools too. They have.
But most Nigerian universities they don't do that. They focus more on theory than practical. Most Nigerian universities don't do that. But maybe we are talking about private universities. Maybe, but most federal universities is just practical.
It's always practical.
It's theory. Theory. Come to class, write it down.
Yeah.
Go and do this assignment. Oh yeah, bring it tomorrow.
Yeah. I
them.
remember my GST. I think I had a discussion earlier today with another guest on another show, and we're talking about WAEC, the crisis on ground after releasing results. Saying, that the result, the 2025 WAEC results was the worst in 5 years. A couple of days later, WAEC came up to say the error was from them, that they had bugs in their system, so that's why they had to close down the check portal, and that has created a crisis. So I then remembered that while I was in school, GST, you have to pass GST or no graduation. And the very first time we're being taught computer science on GST, they gave us handouts, big handout. I kept those handouts for years until I lost them. It was on paper. The computers were on paper. There was no physical computer to learn, and we had to cram to pass.
So tell me, can you compete yourself with someone that went to computer school?
But I eventually went to computer school because I crammed those things. There was no practicality. I had to go to computer school eventually.
No, just imagine immediately you graduated, you meet someone that went to a computer school. Can you compete with that person?
No, really.
And I paid 25,000 naira. If I tell you how many years ago, you'll scream.
It has so much value.
25,000. Everyone said I was crazy. I'm telling you, after graduation, try and look. I'm telling you, like 1,000 years ago, I graduated like 1,000 years ago, and I paid 25,000 naira.
Maybe that's 250k now.
To learn, literally. And get a piece of paper just to put what I learned in class for 5 years. I was in university for 5 years because of ASU strike. Instead of 4 years to learn how to actually put all those things into work.
That's
so it's a lot. It's a lot, I tell you. Now, many self-made individuals are more successful than certificate holders. That's another reason. Why you did like this? Why? You want to respond quickly?
Yeah, the thing is, yes, it's not everybody that will use the certificates to, make a living. But what I think about it is, even if you don't think you're going to use a certificate, still go, because the thing is, uni is 3 to 5 years, or 3 to 7. And
depending on the course.
Yes, and if the opportunity comes now and they ask you to have a degree, it's not something that you just say, yeah, let me quickly just go and get it and come back. You need years. So just get it now. Then when the opportunity comes, you can say, I do have it. Let me go home, bring my certificate and bring it to you. But if you don't even have the degree at all, you didn't go to school at all, it's not something you can just, let me sharply just get it. No. So let's just, in advance, even if you think you don't need it now, just get in advance. And the thing is, school is getting very flexible now. You can do other things that you want to do and still go to school. You can do part-time. And even if you're doing full-time, you still have extra time. So it's something that we should, education at a whole is something that we should reform, not just abandon. Because abandoning it, you might just need it later.
Now there's one thing, when you have a degree or any certificate, anything that comes is a plan B.
Yes.
Any handwork you learn is a plan B. If anything should happen today, you can dust your certificate.
You're going back to it.
You can dust your certificate and start looking for work. That's just it.
Interesting. We do hope that you're following, and we want responses. You go on the comment section to actually drop comments on this particular topic. We actually want to get feedback from you on this particular topic. School is scam. We really do want a feedback. You go on YouTube where we post, so you can go on the comment section and of course let us talk. Let us interact. Now, we've dealt with some of the reasons why people feel that education is scam. So yes, that was exactly what I'm trying to make them know in the house, that it is important for them to give us feedback on this particular topic, which is very, very apt for the moment. Unfortunately, this is our reality in Nigeria, especially among the Nigerian youth, waking up in the morning to say school or education is scam. And I was asking, trying to find out the environmental factors that will make Nigerians, especially the youth, wake up to say school is scam. But we need to go on a break. We need to go on a break now. When we return, more for you. Stay with us. Yes, welcome back. It is still Engendered, and we're taking a look at a very important topic: school is scam. True or false analysis vis-a-vis acquisition of more complex life skills. Now, the first part, if you missed it, you need to go to YouTube and watch that particular section or that particular conversation that we had starting the show. It is very important so you have a full understanding of what we're talking about. Now we want to take a look at the importance of acquisition of more complex life skills. Like we said, we're going to match that with the argument that school is scam, that a lot of people say, two school of thoughts, for and against, and my guests have been doing justice to that. Now, it is important, after letting the viewers know why a lot of people say school is scam, to break down and let them understand the reasons why school is not scam. Again, based on research, school is not scam because it creates employment opportunities. School is not scam because you can earn a higher income by what you learn in school, the degree that you get going to school. School is not scam because it helps you develop critical problem-solving skills. School is not scam because it helps preserve knowledge across generations. School is not scam because it helps train highly specialized professionals. Now, with that being said, ladies, let us take a look at the complex or more complex life skills that is needed to balance whatever education that you get. Because there's something that I learned here in the course of our discussion. Starting the discussion, you told me that where people say school is scam and that they don't actually learn any life skills in school, and that teachers don't actually help them tap into their passion. And you rightly said it's not true, that most actors, musicians, dancers, creative or content creators that we have today got that passion kicked off from school. You made us understand that in school you have different clubs that you can join, the debating, literary and debating society, the acting, press club and stuff like that. And again, you were talking about another reason given that school is scam is that you don't learn financial intelligence, and you made us understand that it's not true, that it's not enough to go to school. The school must go through you. And as a student, you had to learn financial intelligence yourself, trying to ensure that the monies given to you are properly spent, to buy your textbooks, to feed yourself, to pay for to pay bills on campus, and eventually you were able to get financially intelligent by ensuring that you make wise decisions. Now, we want to establish that it is important to match education with complex life skills. Complex life skills, else education will continue to look like a load or something that is not worth your while. Now, again, based on research, as we talk about complex life skills, it is important for us to reel out what we discovered, because over the years, people think that the only way to educate children is through the regular classroom education. Fine, you have to go to school to get the education that you need, but times have evolved, and we're saying that you need to acquire complex life skills so your education will look beautiful for you. I want to just cover the examples that we got for complex life skills. You have to develop problem solving skills. You have to develop creative thinking skills. You have to develop great decision making skills. You have to develop effective communication skill, self-awareness skill, critical thinking skill, empathy, and it goes on and on. So, as usual, I want to start with MEDINAT, the reason why it is important that aside education, you have to get complex life skills. How important do you think this is as we try to educate our viewer, as we try to educate the girl to actually go for complex life skills vis-a-vis the education that they acquire?
Okay, let me start with an example of someone popular that people use as school is scam, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook. Don't forget that this man was once in school. He was learning mathematics, physics, and programming. I think something like that, yeah? He was learning that. But he founded this on his bed. Maybe a teacher must have taught him something related to that. He was on his bed, he was thinking. That was how he was able to found this. And
critical thinking,
self-reflection, self-learning. He sat down on his bed. From what his teacher has taught him in school, he sat down. Okay, how can I use this to solve it? How can I apply it to solve this problem? You understand? And then he created Facebook. That was why he dropped out. But most people don't think this way. They just feel like he dropped out and is making the money. Do you know that he went through school to have that knowledge? And then about critical thinking and problem solving. There was a time something happened around my area. Something happened to a man, a businessman. His shop got burnt down. So my sister and I were inside the house. My mother told us everything about it. But my sister and I were able to bring solution immediately. My sister said, does he have an insurance? You understand? And then the system that this man was using in his shop, most of the work that he has done is on the system. My sister said, if he has a backup, he can regain everything. Whereas others were thinking that everything was lost. But because we went to school, we know that, okay, if something like this should happen, this is what you should first do. Do you have an insurance? If you have an insurance, definitely, you will regain everything you have lost. And then for the things that were on his system, he can regain it back. But others that didn't go to school, they never thought of it that way. They thought that, oh, it's finished for this man.
So he was eventually able to retrieve and get everything.
He was able to retrieve most of his things. And then he said, yes, his brother advised him to get an insurance. And we were little girls, like we were not that big, but others that were, if you know the way this man was thanking my mom, others that were around him, they were all like, now how will you do now? Go and collect loan. But just little girls that just went to school, they were able to think, okay,
and of course, the solution came through the light that is interesting. Dami, you want to add to that? I really want your take on acquisition of critical, complex life skills vis-a-vis education. So it's not too weighty. People don't wake up and say education is scam. just because they don't have these complex life skills to balance what they've learned in school?
I genuinely believe all these life skills we have listed, there are still things you can get in school. Using myself for example, okay, give me one life skill that we have said. So let's use empathy.
Okay, like empathy.
Empathy, yes. Okay. I live in a hostel. I have roommates. I have classmates. So my bunkmate is sick. What do? That's when you start learning how to relate with people, how to be empathetic with them, and something else. What's another life skill?
Another effective communication.
Effective communication. I live with 5 people in a room. Of course, we have to communicate. We have to talk. Okay, you take your bath first, then I'll go, then you go, then she'll go. So you actually have to talk to people. But let's say I am not going to school. I'm just learning a digital skill in my room on my laptop all day, every day. I don't relate with people. I don't talk to anybody. There's no way to actually get these skills. So all these life skills, there are things that even though you don't learn them in the classrooms, there are still skills that you get. The school provides the environment for you to learn these things. So empathy, you have classmates, you have lecturers. When bad things happen, okay, yes, I feel bad for this person. And critical thinking, you think, okay, how can I help this person? This particular predicament that this person is in, what can he or she do? Then that way you start thinking critically, then that's when problem solving comes in. Because you're thinking, how in the world can I help this person? And something else.
Yes, creative thinking. To be creative. Problem solving is definitely different from creative thinking.
Yes. Yes.
Creative thinking.
Creative thinking. Okay. I am a member of the social team of my faculty. You have to think creatively because you're planning events. You're trying to bring people together so that you can have fun. And you're trying to make your faculty or your school look better to the world. And that's when these things come in. There are still skills that you need in school, even though the skills are not what you actually went there for or what they are actually going to teach you. So all these life skills, the thing is, it depends on what you expect from school. If you're expecting your lecturers to teach you empathy, you have it wrong. So you're going to be, so when they don't teach you, you're going to be disappointed, and then you start pushing the school is a scam movement. Because you thought school is going to teach me everything I need to learn, but you don't actually push for it. You don't try to actually gain it. So I think we should know what school is going to teach us and know what is not going to, so that okay, this particular one I have to get it for myself. Then this one, the lecturers are going to teach me.
Interesting indeed.
I think I would like to say something.
Okay, please add.
For the communication skill, as a graduate or as a student, you have more opportunity. For example, politics. Yes. People that are going to politics, they have very good communication skills. They know how to convince people. Vote for me, I will do this, I will do that, this. You see them, they'll come out, they'll shout.
Where do you get more experience than school?
Nigerian students, they'll come out, they'll shout. Like, they know how to communicate with people. Yes. The empathy is there. They are so creative. They'll tell you, if I become the president, this is what I will change the faculty from here to here.
Problem solving. Problem solving. Doesn't come in.
Another story beat, I'll do this, I'll do that. So that's just it.
And they sway people.
Yes, you know how to convince.
Yes.
Those, school politicians, those students, they are very good.
Okay, let's talk about one very important complex life skill that is usually taken for granted or not even thought about most of the time, and that is self-awareness. Self-awareness, which is a critical, complex life skill that everyone, especially the female gender, needs to learn. Self-awareness. Medinat, I want to ask you, as a young lady, how important is it that we learn self-awareness as a complex life skill? How important is that, in your opinion?
One thing is that it builds confidence. If you have the self-awareness, you know what you can do. That's one thing. Let me use this thing, project defense or seminar as an example. That was where I knew that, no, Medina, you can talk. You can explain things to people. You are confident. During this seminar, I was able to stand in front of how many students, and I could defend myself, I could talk. That was when I knew that, no, Medina, you have this confidence. There's nowhere you cannot talk. That's just it. School helps a lot about self-awareness. That's all I have to say.
So self-awareness comes with self-confidence and self-discovery. I don't think anyone should go through life without self-discovery, without knowing what you can do and what you can do. And the reason why, for me, I feel it is important to learn self-awareness, you do not listen to the noises around you, because you will hear a lot of noises around you. And if you're not careful, you just get carried away by the tide and the noise that you hear. But when you have self-awareness, which leads to self-worth, you know your value as a human being, then nobody can put you down. No matter the situation you find yourself in,
and you know
nobody
what
can
I just said
put you
now,
down.
Do you know that this project, defense and seminar, is what helps some people when it comes to taking contracts?
Yes.
When you want to have a contract, then they'll tell you to come for presentation.
Yes.
You already have that confidence. You can stand in front of a lot of people and talk like,
and
okay,
do your presentation.
This is it, oh, this is it, oh, you get, and then you get the contract, and then they will say, how did you get it? But because you have that, I've been doing it for a very long time. You get
So I want to get your own opinion on self-awareness, how important it is as a young lady to acquire the skill, the complex skill of self-awareness. Dami.
Because being self-aware, it helps to guide you when you know how you are in certain situations. So when the situations come, you're like, okay, if I stay here for longer, this is how I'm going to react and all of that. So it helps to handle life situations. And where else do you want to learn self-awareness apart from school? Because you have to relate with lecturers, you have to relate with doctors, nurses, at the medical centers.
Hostel.
The hostel, I was saving the best for last. so you have 4 years or 5 or 6, depending on your course, to actually, okay, you gain experience. So when this particular thing happened, this is how I reacted, and this is what it led to. So when it happens again, even after you graduate, you're like, I know how I am in these situations, so I know how to handle it. And you have time. You have plenty time. Like literally, when you're getting your degree, so you're still doing these things at the side. You're getting to know yourself and still studying. So school is the best place to just gain
the final one before we go today is great decision making. Great decision making. It is one thing to make a decision, make a choice. The choice could be negative or positive. Now, one of the best complex life skill that women, girls, the female gender must try to cultivate is great decision making, which is very important for you as a lady to go through life. Again, I throw the question to you, my beautiful young Gen Z, my Gen Zs in the house.
Gen Z Alaja.
This time in our life, in your life, is very important when it comes to making great decisions. People to hang out with, where to go, what to eat, what to wear, what to study, the passion to pursue, what to say, how to sit, how to speak in public, how to make decisions that are life, that come with life implications. So this is very important, and it takes a lot of complex skill you need to cultivate to make great decisions. So again, I want you to educate our viewer, that young lady who falls within your class, especially that young Gen Z female watching right now and just looking at you, why it is important to create and cultivate complex life skill that has to do with making great choices and decisions.
Okay, let me still use an example. Back then when we were in the hostel, some girls, everybody would be like, The way you behave in the hostel, that's the way you behave in your husband's house. If you are neat in the hostel, definitely your husband's house will be neat. If you don't like cooking, if you go to your husband's house, are you sure you'll be cooking? You understand that kind of thing?
Take out for 6 years.
Yes. So it's left for you. And then one thing is that when you're in school, your parents are not there to make decisions.
Nobody's there.
You are the one that will make the decisions. So that's why you know some girls that are actually bad, but
or
they are
good.
not doing it at home because their parents are there to guide them.
So once they get out of the house, they just
loose.
explode.
They are free. The freedom is there. So that's where you know how to control yourself. Okay, I see people doing this. Should I follow them? You sit down and reason. This path that these girls are following, if I should follow them, if I should do what they are doing, what will happen? What is the repercussion? That's why you see most people that went to boarding schools, they tend to behave more matured than those people that went to day schools. Because while you were in boarding school, you have gone through a lot of things. You have seen a lot of things: wicked seniors, good seniors, bad friends,
good friends.
You have seen a lot of things.
Those who jump the fence to go to parties.
Yes.
Those who wear.
But it is your decision.
Those who wear home clothes under their uniform.
Yes.
They form the clique, and when you think they're in school, they leave the house, they put their uniform in their bags, and they're into town.
Those ones are sneaking contraband.
Yeah, into school.
Into schools. So it's not left for you to take this decision because nobody is there to take that decision for you. It's now your mindset that, okay, this is what I want to do.
Important.
Very,
so,
very
Dami,
important.
your own take on this very, very critical, complex life skill.
School teaches you decision making because when you finish junior secondary school, you have to think, am I going for arts? Am I going for science? Am I going for commercial? So that way you have to make, because this makes or break your future. So you have to think critically to decide, what am I going to do? Then you finish senior secondary school, and then you're thinking, do I want to go for law? Do I want to study mass communication? Do I want to do accounting, theater arts, medicine, nursing, all these courses? And then you still have to make that decision because, again, it makes or break your future. So you at a very young age, you have to start thinking, what do I want to do? And even before that, you have to, there's this form that you have to fill. That's why you feel first choice, second choice. So I remember very well when they gave me this form, given the kind of family I came out from, nobody's going to fill it for you. You're going to do it by yourself. So they gave me the form. I went to the back of the class and then I sat down. Where do I want to go? So I had to go through that moment of making decisions for myself. Then after I did that, I was like, okay. Then I'll go back home, tell them, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. This is what I have filled, and this is where I want to go. So that helps in uni because I was already making decisions before. And then when I got there, okay, yes, this is where I want to go. And it's just, you have to choose before you enter university, yeah? It depends on the mentality you're going there with. If you want to follow this squad or this or this. When you're going to university, we have this night before resumption that you sit with your parents and then you guys decide, okay. And then there's a list of things that you have to choose. Do you want to go to church or not? Do you want to join a mosque or not? Do you want to do extracurricular activities or not? So these things, that is where you get the skills from because you have the experience of making decisions for yourself.
Very, 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 very good. It's important for us to let our viewer know that when it comes to great decision making, you have to be particular. It's a skill that you have to learn. You've heard this young lady say it. Me personally, I went through the system. I'm not here sitting down bragging. I'm just telling you the fact. In school, I stick only with people who read. I study you. There are people that will come and tell you, there's this party happening here. They're bringing vehicles to come pick us up. We're going to have fun. While I was in school, do you know how many girls died along the road? Sure. Girls we see get into vehicles to go to parties but never return. Every day was procession because someone made a bad decision.
Justice for Vivian.
Someone,
Hashtag justice for, please.
someone made a bad decision. You're in school because your parents sent you there to learn. So the library and groups of people who read should be the people you hang out with. When you're done with education, life would not run away. It will be there waiting for you. But what you do with the time that you're supposed to be in school will determine how far you go. Because again, there's grading. You have first class,
Yes.
you have second class, upper, lower. Of course, you have the third class, and people leave the university with passes. Like you just passed through the university because you were so busy cashing and catching fun that you forgot totally the reason why.
Bobo's girls, the biz girls on campus.
Girls on campus. That you forgot totally the reason why you were there. Look, life. I remember when I was, I had this. There was this lesson we used to go, Mrs. Okwonrai. Oh, I heard that she's late now, but I remember her every day. So she will call us girls when she sees us playing with the boys. She knows when the play is getting out of hand. Then she must come in and say, you came here to learn, right? Let me tell you, there'll be finer boys when you finish school.
Wait for them.
Wait for them. There'll be finer boys when you finish school. Then she'll say something. Hey, I just pity you girls. Is it this one that your parents see pay their school fees and feed them that you're like getting all excited about? They're not better than you. Their parents to pay their school fees, buy their stockings, give them money for give them pocket money, whatever the drinks they're buying for you, the money was given to them by their parents. They didn't even work for it. So, girls, raise your standards. And of course, if you're a wise child, it will sink into you and you walk away. And most times the things that she said then stuck with me everywhere I went to, just like what my parents told me, especially my mom. And it is important that we learn. So you've heard it here. My guests have said school is not a scam because there are so many things that you can learn going to school. Again, if you've gone to school and you're beginning to think that it is a scam, then you need to add life complex skills, complex life skills that will help you balance the education. But before we go over with all that we've said as we round up, how do you think the society, Nigeria, has made Nigerians, especially the Nigerian youth, wake up in just a few minutes to feel that school is scam? What is happening in society that is making them feel that way as we round up?
Unemployment. You see someone that studied mechanical engineering in school, expects that when he graduates, he'll work in this automobile company, but he won't get employed, and he'll end up eating from his neighbor that is doing mechanic. You understand?
I understand?
So definitely, imagine a graduate eating from someone that is doing mechanic, and we both learned the same thing. But I learned my own at the backyard. You went to university. So definitely one day the guy will tell him, so what is now the use of the university you went to?
What's the use of school? So
What's
school is scam. I wasted my time.
I'm still the one that's feeding you. So please, the government should provide employment opportunities.
Okay, Dami.
From what she said, she's a graduate. But me, I'm still a student. I'm saying it now. School should not be as hard as it is right now. Like, it's not that deep. I'm just there to learn and write the exams and get out. But you feel like it was hard in my time. It's be hard in your...
Damn, what up, your lecturer is not here now.
Actually, my lectures are good, but we hear it every time. The lecturers will tell your students, A is for me.
Yes.
Who are you? Why? There is literally no logical reason behind school being this hard. You see people doing their call to bar, and then they are making videos of when they were the process, and then they are crying every time in libraries. It should not be this hard. These theories that we are learning, humans made them. I am human. I should be able to learn it without this much stress.
I understand.
I'm just a girl, guys.
So
She's
you've
just
heard,
a girl.
You've heard it. We heard it. Time is never our friend on this show. We've been told that we need to go, but we just hope that we've been able to prove our points that school is what?
Not a
scam.
School is not a scam. I want to thank you, MEDINAT, SHITTU, OBASSA, and of course, Damilola, Jolayemi, for being on the show with me once again. I enjoyed our moment. And of course, you watching the show, I appreciate you for watching. Keep watching Engendered as we bring you topical issues that are relevant to the time, which is something that we've talked about today. My name is ANIRE BINITIE. Until I come your way again on this show, stay positive and keep on walking. Bye for now.